Letting her go will look like you need to come to the realization of at this point, it's the best thing. No matter how many skills, strategies, things that you're good at or know that you can do, it still might not be good enough to hang on to the wrong woman. Now, I just look at it as in like, sometimes you'll get the signs. Sometimes you'll lose yourself in the process as a fella. You'll even prevent yourself from official or the most growth that you can really have because you're emotionally drained, emotionally caught up. So I view this as like, what's really the truth? What does it come down to? Is this woman somebody that you're just hanging on for the wrong reasons? So let me give you an example. Let's say that you've been talking to her and she's showing you her true colors at this point. Her true colors comes with, I'm not changing my attitude. It also comes with, this is how I love to live my life. I love to stay out late with my girls. And the downside of it is that sometimes you don't even know what she's up to. Sometimes is, why are you calling me? Like, I told you where I'm at. Or it's the straight up, you're not getting no answer. So imagine if you're dealing with that, or you've dealt with that. Some of y'all been with this woman, but for a very long time. So would that make you still, and let's take away the emotions, let's take away the hopes of wanting it to be differently, would that make you still be like, oh, let's keep working it out, let's just remain together, let me just put up with this? Now there's a difference between, you can compromise, you can try, she can have a willingness, then she can stop. But when it becomes such a cycle of, it's gonna stay like this and it's just setting you up, or it is setting you up as well for you to not be the best, like the best man that you can transform into be or remain that, which remember, it's gonna like have a ripple effect. So it starts with your mental, then you're trying to do actions, and the way you react is now affected based off of how she's acting. Then that's just going to transfer into your work, how you are disciplined. Like I'm saying, you're going to start lacking in these areas, or you're going to be stagnant, or you're not going to be yourself just because those effects that you already have. So the cause is not things playing out the way you wanted to. So yes, let me now go back to what I was saying. So at that point, when you see that, okay, it's not going to go this way with her, you're really telling her and yourself that you don't believe you can get better. I feel like when we're in relationships, especially when you're now finally deciding what's best, you have to decide like, am I really getting pushed to the limit? Am I really getting tried and forced to do certain stuff that I don't want to do? And that could be one concept. The other concept, though, could also be that you can say, like, maybe I could give her one more month, because we're not going to run away from the idea of her earning it if she actually can. But the thing is that you don't want to get confused and mixed up with is feeling or believing that at this point she is good enough, and lying to herself that this is good enough, this is tolerable. Wow, stuttering. So those are key things, because you just don't want to find yourself forcing, and it's just causing a lot of emotional distress. Now, if y'all haven't given this video a big thumbs up, go ahead and do so. Thank you. And question of the video is that, do you feel like you've gotten more than enough reasons to let go? And also, let's even say this, have you let go when you realize that it is time to let go? And some of y'all might say no, you might be hanging on. So comment your story down below, or what's going on with you. And of course, if you want to get on the line and talk about what's really going on with you and what we could do, what's best, all that stuff, consultations are available. Don't forget about Patreon. You get the exclusive and explicit content, a whole lot more of it. Now, let me get into some of the wrapping up of the video. Remember that you can go ahead and test her too before you decide that this is final, this is it. Because also, if she doesn't change, and if she gives you such a hard time, so let's say she causes you guys to have breakups, let's even say she causes y'all to not understand each other. Let me give you one more example. She causes y'all to go months without talking, or she leads you on, isn't about you 1 second. So those are the signs and the reasons that's going to lead to you now needing to take actions to your own hands, because you might have a woman that's always going to play games, that's going to cause you to end up having to do no contact, having to ignore. So all I'm saying is that you have to compromise what you actually want to do, because no contact, ignoring, sometimes it could be the best thing ever that you can do. However, it could be one of the hardest things for you to do. So already that's hard enough within itself for the both. Now, let me just go back to now realizing if she's not going to change, that doesn't mean that you're there to chase after her or try to get her to be fixed on, oh, change. You need to be different. You need to act differently. You have to change in this area. It would not make sense. It is not something that should be normalized for you because it's just draining. Now, remember, you want to analyze and say, can you be done for good? Because letting go can look like a joke to her. Because if you just, let's say, for instance, lash out, get emotional and say like, oh, I can't believe you hurt me so much. You're such a bad woman. And like, I cannot be with someone like you. Like, you're just destroying me inside. Like, there's a time and a place to be vulnerable. Oftentimes you don't want to do it with her, especially if she shows that she'll throw it in your face, right? Now, my point is that you don't want to show this side when you're about to let go, because letting go is an exception you have to make in your mind. So let's say you've decided that I need to let go, or I am letting go because I need to show to her and show to myself that this is it. This is not where it's at. I deserve more. Not to say that letting go is really, really forever, but letting go is possibly what needs to be done in order for it to be looked at, let's say, especially from her end, as he is finding or has a legitimate reason as to why he needs to let go. He doesn't see the value here any longer. So it is a reality check that she has to experience. And I always tell fellas this, like, she can only really experience it unless you're showing to her. There is some women out there that have good understanding and acknowledgement of, hey, you know what, like, I need to change in this area, or I need to be, of course, as we normally say, submissive, or even have more femininity, or I need to let him lead or be the man. But that's not the end all be all, because sometimes you can help her or you can slow her down by not showing to her this is the next action that needs to be done. It's a requirement in order for y'all to understand each other, in order for you to show her, okay, you're really immature. You need to change this about you right now, or you need to become more disciplined in this area. Like you're slacking, or you're setting us back, you're setting me back, type of thing. So really be attentive and observant to what's really going on. Take those precautions that's really necessary at this point to help yourself out, so you have now a good understanding that I have to let go for the best. And it's going to remain this way until otherwise, where it's like it's letting go for good, or you see that she's changing. And also, letting go could also be a way of allowing other things to happen in your life. A woman can make you feel like you can't get better, or you can't get better from her. So whether it's going to be from her or another woman, that offer is on the table. It's just a matter of what you have to do, aka letting go, or back to letting go, and then allowing whatever is to follow afterwards, whoever it is, what woman at that time, to come then, to now happen. So I hope that helped you in some way, or I hope that was, maybe something that you wanted to hear or know that it's time to let go. Other than that, take care of yourself. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all very much soon. Bye, y'all.